Welcome to My Heart is Not Blind, Narrative Histories about Blindness and Perception, a traveling exhibition and book published by Trinity University Press, supported by Kronkowski Charitable Foundation, edited and hosted by Michael Nye. Every person, every place is a map to somewhere else. Episode 10, Virgil Stinnett.
I think being around the ocean is very humbling. You look at yourself and you're like, I'm this tiny little dot with this vastness, the whole ocean all around you. It's just incredible what nature is like. 1 minute she could be just calm and glassy. The next moment she could be your worst nightmare. Well, when I went blind, I was out in the middle of the ocean as a commercial fisherman. We were out 900 miles out from the nearest port. It's basically a livelihood catching big game, big fish, tuna and swordfish. It's rough, it's rugged. Once you start fishing, you're constantly up good 20 hours a day. Well, when it happened, I was going down to check the engine room. Well, it's like the lights went out. I think I was down there for a bit before my captain came down and he goes, "Virgil, you all right?" I said, "Yeah, turn on the damn lights." He tells me, "They're on." Detached retinas are, well, I kind of call it a boxer's disease. It's traumatic blows to the head. But that did not happen. I did not bang my head. As soon as we got off the boat and offloaded, I locked myself up in a motel room. It was frightening. It was probably the scariest thing on earth to me. I got pretty violent, lashing out at the world because why me? Why this? When you lose your sight, my thought is, well, I can't do it. There's no way I can do this. Can't do blindness. Thanksgiving this year will be 20 years. I didn't know a lot then. But today, I'll tell you, and it's one of the things I do in mentoring other blind people, is that there are opportunities. You can live a prosperous, joyful life, even after losing your sight. I listen to everything around me, people, traffic, sound change, echo change, or even the texture. And so I am a firm believer that everything has energy, whether it's a dead tree to just a pole, any object out there gives out something. I could walk by people and not even physically touch them, and you could feel them. Feel their energy coming off of them. Talk about misperceptions, right? Walking out my door, and people would stop me and say, "Oh, you're so amazing." Really? What am I doing that I'm so amazing about? That word has become a thorn on my side. I'm amazing because I know how to pick up my fork and eat. Or I can walk out of my gate and walk towards the street. What gets me mad is those words that people use to say how wonderful you are because you're living. Anybody can be successful, have a rich, fulfilling life, and it's not because of blindness. I'm not saying that you can see again. It's to accept the condition that you're in. It is who you are, but you have to first undergo your own transformation of thinking differently. And it's transformation of one's attitude and one's way of thinking. My name is Virgil Stinnett. I work in the food service industry as a Department of Defense food service contractor. I'm married to a wonderful woman, and her name is Katie. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii, just outside of Waikiki, close to the foot of Diamond Head. I met Katie at the blind center here in Hawaii called Ho'opono. There's this woman, also blind, walking down the halls, tip-tapping, and you could tell that stride is a person is walking with confidence. They know what they're about. We had this instant connection. The winds of heaven blew us together.
This is Michael Nye, and you have been listening to a podcast of Narrative Histories. These voices are about the experience of vision loss, close up, not from a distance. It's about our shared humanity and our shared fragility. It's about what we have in common much more than our differences. Virgil said that a shift in attention and care amplifies experience. He said the essence of who I am today has never changed at all. It's the closeness and bond I have with family and friends. It's important to know who you are and where you came from. Join me next week. 2 new episodes will be released. Please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. There are so many ways, different ways, to experience moments to their fullest. Thank you for listening.